Hey guys, let's talk about solving equations, except this time we're going to look at equations that have variables that appear on both sides of the equal sign. So our first example here, we have 11 plus 2x equals x plus 4. So what's different about this one is we have an x on the left and we have an x on the right side of the equal sign. So whenever that happens, that's fine. We would just like to get all of our variables together. So either get them all on the left or get them all on the right. It doesn't matter. We can move this 2x to the right side or we can move this x to the left side. It does not matter. Whichever way you go, you'll still end up with the correct final answer as long as all the math along the way is correct. But I would like to get these all together. So what I'm going to do is the 2x over here is much bigger than this is a 1x on the right. So I'm going to move the 1x with the 2x. I'm going to move it towards the bigger of the two. So I'm going to subtract 1x. And if I do it on the right side, I'm planning on going to the left side. I need to subtract 1x on the other side as well. So we're going to get these x's together. I didn't touch the 11, so that stays the same. 2x minus 1x is just x. And on the right side, when you have a 1x minus a 1x, those are going to cancel and they're gone. And I have a 4. So the only thing to do there and solve is just like we've been doing in my previous videos on solving, just got to get x by itself. So we have a positive 11 here, so I'm going to do minus 11 on both sides. The 11s are going to cancel over here. So I just have an x on the left side, and on the right side I have 4 minus 11, which is negative 7. So we get x equals negative 7. So not really anything too crazy and new. All you got to do is make sure you get all your x's on the same side. Get them all on the left or either get them all on the right. And then just solve like we've been solving in the past few videos. One more example for you here. I'm going to make it a little bit more complex. So I have 8x minus 6 on the left. On the right I have a 6, parentheses, x plus 3, parentheses, plus 6x. Before I jump into trying to get all my x's together, because I see an x here, an x here, an x here, first thing I see is the parentheses. So what I like to do is distribute here, which is multiplying. So I'm going to take this 6 times that x, which is 6x, and distribute this 6 to the back end, 6 times 3, which is 18. Still have a plus 6x on the back end. So 6x plus 18 plus 6x. Still have on the left side, I haven't touched it yet, 8x minus 6. Now, I distributed there, and I have x's all over the place, but before I start moving left and right, I want to make sure I condense all the x's on the left, condense all the x's on the right. So on the left side, I just have an 8x minus 6. I cannot combine like terms here because this has an x that doesn't. But on the right side of this equal sign, I see a 6x plus 18 plus 6x. I can combine these two, okay? It's just like combining like terms, which we've done before. Now notice, I'm not crossing the equal sign. These 6x's are both on the same side, so you're not going to see me write minus 6x minus 6x. We only do that if I'm going on one side to the other of the equal sign. Since they're on the same side, you just add them, combine them just as is. So we have 6x plus 6x, 6 plus 6 being 12. Don't forget our x plus 18. So I didn't cross any equal sign there. So I don't need to do minus 6x there. I don't need to do, just add them up. On the left side, I still didn't touch anything over there, so I have 8x minus 6. So I've gone from 3 x's now down to 2 x's. Now when I look at my x's, I have an 8x on the left and a 12x on the right. So it's on the left and right side. So opposite sides of the equal sign. This is where we're going to have to start doing the opposite, minus 8x, or minus 12x, minus 12x. So what I'm going to do is I want to move the smaller of these two. So I have a 12x on the right, 8x on the left. I want to move the 8x first. So the opposite of an 8x is minus 8x. Since I'm crossing the equal sign, this is why I'm doing this to both sides and doing the opposite. 8x minus 8x, that is 0. So I just have a negative 6 on the left side. On the right side, I have 12x minus 8x. 12 minus 8 being 4. Don't forget the x. And that plus 18 is still there. And then from here on out, all we're doing is we're just solving like we've been doing. We're doing the order of operations backwards, which means PEMDAS backwards. That's get rid of addition and subtraction first, then we'll get rid of multiplication, division, then exponents, then parentheses. So subtract 18, because I want to get this x by itself, so I got to get rid of the 4 and the 18, getting rid of the addition first. It's going to give us negative 24 equals 4x. And finally, got to get rid of this 4. This is 4 times x. The opposite of multiplying by 4 is dividing by 4 on both sides. On the right side, 4 and 4, that divides out. We just get the x. I think I said left side. Right side, 4 divided by 4, divides out. Just get the x. On the left side, negative 24 divided by 4 is negative 6. So our answer to this problem is x equals negative 6. Two things to keep in mind. Yes, this was a very, very complex problem, but notice I went line by line by line. Very, very organized in what I'm doing. Don't try and rush and do too many things at once. Just go slow and steady. Yes, it appears slower, but actually just getting it right the first time is much easier than just going back and trying to fix it. So that was solving equations with variables on both sides.